So I just kind of, I imagine people will be interested. So I just wanted to
Mm.
touch a little bit before ending the video on how this
Mm.
Skyrim mod and my opinions of it and what I think it's going
Mm.
to do for the gaming
Mm.
industry. So it took a little time to get this set up, and me being in IT for over 20 years now, it was a chore for me to get that set
Right.
up. There are a lot of moving parts to get this working, but if you're interested, I'm happy. I'll share videos that help me out to get this working. If you're a
Mm.
Skyrim player, but this is a video game that was released November 11th, 2011. 11, 11, 11. That's an easy date to remember. But over a decade old, and I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
there have been people that have been playing Skyrim that entire time, but until a few months ago, there wasn't a interface like this in any video games that I'm aware of that would
Mm.
take your voice, speak into it. It takes a speech to text engine,
Mm.
takes my voice, turns it into text, and then it feeds that into ChatGPT
Mm.
3.5 on OpenAI's API. And then it gets the text response from ChatGPT and then uses a text to speech Azure platform that converts the text into an audio, which is what you're hearing
Mm.
when Herika is speaking. And you can see, there's some disconnects here and there between her mouth talking and the actual
Yeah.
words. I did see a couple times where the audio from the voice was still coming through and her mouth was closed. But those are just
It is what it is.
yeah, those are just little inconsistencies between the mods that people have developed and the game itself. Again,
Yeah.
like I said, there are so many moving parts with this. It's really incredible what it's capable of.
But I would like to think you about. Well, I would like you to think about the perspective. Now we talked about. Personally, we played our Fallout 76, but any other online game where you're not onto a server and an open world as it is, where you're talking to NPCs and they have the fixed lines, and once those are done, the game is sort of over, and you know what they're going to say, you know what's going to happen. Imagine using GPT for those NPCs, and they don't even need text to speech as such, they kind of do, but if they know what you've been doing in the game, I mean, you could just walk around forever and they would come up with something. Of course, they need to tie it down a bit, but imagine an open world multiplayer game with NPCs, and the NPCs are using some GPT for their communication. That would be, you would be in there forever.
Yeah.
Always something new to talk about with someone.
Yeah, absolutely. And based on what you just said, there is a the plugin I'm using, with the mod I'm using with Herika here, is strictly a API integration for your companion. So this mod that I installed, it is just the companion that has the AI interface. All the NPCs, every other character in the game is still just those canned responses. However, there are mods that they've already developed for Skyrim where all the NPCs in the game, you can have conversations with them. You can walk up to a generic vendor or a blacksmith, that normally would be like, hey, what do you want to buy? And that would be it for every single one of them. Now, with this, you can actually have conversations with those NPCs.
Right. So. And you could have rumors going around where if you are a bad character, be doing something nasty in other places on the map, then the rumor spreads and they know that they should be wary of you and they're not trusting. It could.
Yeah. And the mod developers that have put this stuff, this is showing video game developers what AI is, how it's going to change the landscape for video games.
I think it's going to be massive.
Yeah, and I know with this there is expenses involved, so certainly, at least starting out with these video games, if they start implementing systems like this, tapping into AI, there would absolutely have to be a monthly subscription, and likely based on usage too, starting out.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
I am like overwhelmed and just awestruck by what they've done with the Skyrim mods here and tapping into AI. And
possibilities.
Yes, I'm so excited for the future of video games and AI. It's going to be really interesting. Hey, I wanted to personally thank you for watching this video. I really, really do appreciate it. Martin as well. But if you're not already subscribed, would you consider doing that? Maybe check out our channel here, see what other content we've been putting together. This video over here is one that YouTube thinks you'll like, but this one up here is one that we actually handpicked for you. We think you'll like that one. Thanks again. Cheers.